Burkina Faso, and the sun had just started to rise. President Ibrahim Traore stood by his black SUV, sipping tea. He was preparing to visit a rural youth center where hundreds of young people were waiting to see him. Speeches were written. Drummers had already started warming up in the village square. But there was a problem. They were running late. One of his closest advisors, a tall man named Idrissa, stepped forward. "Sir," he said, "if we take the main road, we'll arrive 2 hours late. But there's a shortcut through the bush, very quiet. No towns. We'll be there in 40 minutes. Ibrahim raised an eyebrow. "Is the road secure?" "Yes, sir." Idrissa nodded quickly. "Our men cleared it yesterday. I personally oversaw it." Karim, one of Ibrahim's bodyguards, stepped forward. "I've never liked that road. Too quiet." But Idrissa insisted. "We have limited fuel, and the youth are waiting. We must move now." Ibrahim paused, thinking. Then he said, "Fine. We'll take the shortcut." The convoy of 5 vehicles rolled out, 2 armed trucks in front, the president's SUV in the middle, and 2 more in the back. The road was narrow and bumpy, surrounded by tall, dry grass. Not a single person in sight. No homes, no goats, no smoke from fires. Just silence. Half an hour passed. Everything seemed calm. Then a cow appeared, standing right in the center of the dirt road. A big, brown cow. Its horns were chipped. Its eyes calm, its legs firmly planted. It stared straight at the president's car and refused to move. The driver honked. Nothing. The front escort truck shouted, "Move! Shoo!" Nothing. One soldier fired a shot into the air. The sound echoed. Still, the cow didn't budge. Everyone was confused. "It's just a cow," one guard said. "Let's push it off the road." 2 soldiers stepped out and tried to guide it with sticks. The cow stepped back slightly, then returned to its same spot. President Ibrahim watched from inside the SUV, puzzled. He rolled down his window. "Why hasn't it moved?" he asked. "No idea," said Karim. "It's acting strange." "Try driving around it," Idrissa said quickly. "We're wasting time." The driver prepared to steer slightly off-road, but something in Ibrahim's heart felt heavy. He looked again at the cow. It wasn't scared. It wasn't running. It just stood there, blocking the exact center of the road. Then he said something that surprised everyone. "Stop the car." The driver obeyed. "Send a man to check under the cow." "Sir?" Idrissa said nervously. "It's just a cow." "I said check the ground." 2 guards approached carefully. One leaned forward, studying the dirt under the cow's front legs. Suddenly he jumped back. "Sir, there's something here!" The convoy froze. Everyone rushed to look. Half buried in the ground, just inches beneath the cow, was a thin metal wire, barely visible. The soldier followed the wire with his hand and gasped. It led to a mine. A real landmine. Karim called out, panicked. "Sir, we've got explosives. Not 1, 3 mines, hidden together." Gasps, shouting, radio calls. The road had been prepared for a kill, and that cow? It had stopped them just in time. President Ibrahim stepped out slowly. He looked at the cow, then at the ground, then at Idrissa. And for the first time, he saw fear in his advisor's eyes. The road was silent, but not peaceful. Soldiers surrounded the area. Guns were drawn. Radios buzzed with voices. The discovery of 3 landmines buried under the dirt had changed everything. And yet, the cow still stood there. Calm, still, watching. President Ibrahim Traore stepped forward, eyes fixed on the spot where the wire poked through the soil. He didn't speak. He didn't blink. His mind was racing. "We cleared this road yesterday," he said finally, turning to Idrissa, his advisor. "Yes, sir," Idrissa said quickly, sweat already forming on his forehead. "Our security team swept it. There were no signs of any danger." Karim, the head bodyguard, knelt beside the wire. "This was planted recently," he said. "Very recently. See this? He pointed at a fresh boot print next to the mine. The ground is still soft. This wasn't here yesterday morning. Ibrahim narrowed his eyes. Someone knew we'd take this road. Idrissa spoke again. Sir, maybe the enemy just planted them, hoping anyone would pass by. But Ibrahim didn't answer. He was watching Idrissa's hands, his nervous twitching, his eyes darting. And something else hit him. Idrissa had pushed hard for this road. Too hard. We were supposed to go through Kudugu, Ibrahim said slowly. Why did you insist on this shortcut again? I just thought we'd save time, Idrissa stammered. You said we were late. Karim stood up, his hand on his weapon now. But this road isn't even on the official travel list. And you claimed to oversee the clearance personally, didn't you? Idrissa's throat moved as he swallowed hard. Yes, I did. Sekou, the commander of security operations, arrived on a motorbike with backup troops. He was briefed in seconds. Then he turned to Ibrahim. Sir, may I speak to you alone? They stepped to the side. I don't trust him, Sekou said quietly.